Hi, welcome back to the studio home of the Rubicon Project. I'm going to play a live track for you today, or I'm going to do a live performance of a track today. This is the first track from the new album. It's called Wierd Shit. And although it's the first track on the new album, it's actually not a new track. It's a track that I wrote. In fact, it's the first track I ever completely composed myself. And I wrote this about 23 years ago. Now, it sat around doing nothing for about 23 years because after I wrote this track, my songwriting went through a really prolific period and I effectively wrote an entire album. But when I was putting the album together, I just didn't feel that this track fitted with the sound of the rest of the album because it was very much classic rock, guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. There wasn't any really use of synthesizers. And there's a lot of use of synthesizers and loops in this, so it just was completely out of character with the rest of the album. So I just left it in my archives. I'm about 4 tracks into this album, 4 finished tracks, and I was trying to think about how I was going to open the album. And I remembered this track. When I went back to it, I thought, this sounds like I sound today because I'm using a lot more keyboards and synthesizers and pianos and all sorts of stuff. So the character of this track fits in perfectly with the rest of this album. So I had a 2-minute instrumental to open the last album. So I've now got a 2-minute instrumental to open this album. So I'm going to play this track for you today. I'm going to do a live performance, but in the backing track I'm going to mute the actual lead guitar line in the track, and what you'll hear is me playing the guitar live in the studio today. The guitar I'm using is my brand new Sewer. This is a standard Legacy, and it's built around the spec that John Sewer built the Pensa Sewer for Mark Knopfler that he used for years through the late 80s and early 90s. It was his one guitar that did everything. This is slightly different. It doesn't have the carved top, which I don't like. It's a different colour. This is aged cherry. But what it does have is EMG pickups. Now, when I wrote the original track, I wrote it on a Music Man Luke guitar, and it had the exact same EMG pickups as this guitar. So to do the live performance, this guitar is absolutely ideal. So without further ado, I'll get rid of the chair and stuff like that, get into the right frame of mind to play this, and I'll play the track live in the studio for you. Hope you enjoy it. So that was Wierd Shit. First track on the new album. I'm really enjoying playing it. It's like 20... It's taken me about 3 weeks to learn how to play it again because my playing style now is different. And I think if I wrote it today, I would have probably played it slightly differently. But actually, the way I played it 23 years ago was right for the track. So I'm really, really chuffed. So I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you soon with some more tracks from the album and some more stuff around the studio. I'm going to do some studio tours and show you some of the gear that I'm using to record the stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.